the end of 2025. In fact, it's 2026 now. And here's the top 5 movies for 2025. Writer-director Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another was a pretty epic action comedy movie that came out in 2025. Leonardo DiCaprio stars in the movie, and while I thought it was a little bit uneven in some parts, overall it was a pretty fun and pretty entertaining action movie, which takes my number 5 spot for top 5 movies. Guillermo del Toro's 35 plus years in the making Frankenstein movie is my number 4 pick for 2025. While at times it was a little bit different from the actual classic story, the visual feast and just the classic story in and of itself was enough to make up for that. So yeah, it's a pretty easy recommendation for 2025, I think. Especially just visually, it's an amazing movie. The director of Top Gun Maverick directed F1, which is my number 3 recommendation. Starring Brad Pitt, F1's realistic racing and high-stakes story was enough to make it an easy recommendation for a pretty classic action movie from last year. Comedy writer and director and Lonely Island member Akiva Schaffer directed and wrote the Naked Gun soft sequel this last year. Starring Liam Neeson, I was surprised at how much this one sort of lived up in some ways to the original Naked Gun movies. It wasn't maybe quite as good as the first Naked Gun movie, but it was as good as you could expect it to be. Writer-director Rian Johnson's Knives Out mystery Wake Up Dead Man was out in December last year. Starring Daniel Craig in an eclectic cast. I was pretty surprised with Wake Up Dead Man, and it was my favorite of the Knives Out trilogy. The mix of the murder mystery and the religious concepts and stuff like that really just made it a pretty intriguing story, and was pretty much my favorite movie from this last year, generally speaking. So that's my top 5 movies from 2025. Not a perfect year for movies, but those 5 movies I can wholeheartedly recommend. I'll be doing more movie lists and more movie reviews this year. So anyway, thanks for watching Real Reviews, and like and subscribe.